Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakak, Quadash. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the brothers that are doing this work, and truth and sincerity. And we're going to jump right into the lesson. This is Matthew 25 and 31. The title of this part of the chapter is called The Final Judgment. And that final judgment, if you look in the book of the Revelation, says that Yahweh Shai is going to reward every man according to his work. Let's go ahead and get that. This is Revelation 2 and 12, and as you can see, there are the words in red, the word of Yahweh Shai. And it says, behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me to give every man according as his work shall be. So the reward is the judgment is going to put upon you, man. Whether that judgment be for righteousness or punishment. It says dues paid for work. So the Lord is going to reward our efforts. Wages higher, reward, use of fruit not resulting from toils and endeavors. In both senses, rewards and punishment of the reward which Yahweh bestows or will bestow upon good deeds and favors. So things don't go unnoticed, man. The Lord here's the prayer of his saints. The book of Acts, it says, thy alms, let's go ahead and get that, man. This is thy alms. Speaking of Cornelius. And this is Acts 10 and 30. It says, and Cornelius said, 4 days ago I was fasting until this hour. The ninth hour I prayed in my house. Behold, a man stood before me in bright clothing. So an angel visited Cornelius because he was praying for understanding, and said, Cornelius, thy prayer is heard, and thy alms are had in remembrance in the sight of Yahweh. So those alms was it could be like monetary donation, or it could be pity, mercy, the benefit of self-donation to the poor, alms, special exhibiting, giving alms, charity. It could be your works as well, man. So we're supposed to do good works, to give charity amongst the brotherhood. We're supposed to, first and foremost, pay tithes to the apostles. Then you got tithes for the brotherhood, and then you got acts of charity, man, that you perform amongst each other. Helping each other out, whenever the situation arises. And all these things come with wisdom, and they come with counsel, and they come with understanding the brother's situation, and making sure that brother has the best mindset, the best counsel, the best resources, because a brother could just need counsel. He just could need information to make a right decision on a certain topic, or help in a certain area. Well, all these things are come before the Lord, man. Let's go back to the scripture here. What was it? Right here, look. It said, when the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. Before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as the shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats. He shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left. And then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, come, ye blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. That's a heavy statement right there, man. So the righteous already been designated, just as well as the wicked. For the sheep which are the elect, they hear the voice, because the scripture says, my sheep hear my voice. Well, that's symbolic of the elect. They're already predestined for that inheritance. It says, for I was because that's the way it goes. It was an inheritance. Back in the so-called medieval days, or whatever you want to call it, even in the ancient days. You had substance. That substance of yours was automatically going to be inherited by your firstborn son. Even before the son is born, that inheritance is already designated for him. So the inheritance that Yahweh Shai gives, we are going to be joint heirs with him. So the elect, most I wouldn't be those men. The elect are going to get that inheritance as well. That inheritance prepared for you from the foundation of the world. You know, and those elect men, they're going to be men that do good works. You know, that's why Yahweh Shai say you should know them by their fruits. Or their fruits are your works. Yes, it also says you should know that they're my sheep because they love one another. Well, if you paraphrase, go ahead and get that. So this is John 13 and 34, and it says, "A new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another as I have loved you, and that ye also love one another." So the same love that you would like Yahweh Shai to show you is the same love, respect, honor that you should show another brother. You know, because you got to learn to do that sometimes. You know, and it's you just got to be mindful of how you treat brothers and what you say to brothers. But it says John 13:35, by this shall all men know that you are my disciples, if you have loved one another, if you have loved one to another. You know, let's also get my sheep hear his voice. So like, this is John. We'll start at verse 1. It says, "Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth some other way, the same as a thief and a robber." Because the scripture talk about men being creeping in unawares. And ultimately, those men get separated out. I said, "But he that entereth by the door is the shepherd of the sheep. To him the porter opens, and the sheep hear his voice. He calleth his own sheep by name, and leadeth them out. And when he putteth forth his own sheep, he goes before them, and they shall follow him, for they know his voice. And a stranger will they not follow, but will flee from him, for they know not the voice of strangers." So this is the same way with the elect. They're going to be steadfast in having obedience to the shepherd, Yahweh Shai. You know, and part of that's going to be their fruits are good works, that they love one another. Let's go back to Matthew the 25th chapter. It says, where we at? We are verse 35. "So, for I was hungry, and you gave me meat. I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. I am a stranger, you took me in. Naked, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you visited me. I was in prison, and you came unto me. Then shall the righteous answer and say, Lord, when we saw thee hungered and fed thee, or thirsty, or gave thee drink. When we saw thee a stranger, and took thee in, or naked, and clothed thee. When we saw thee sick or in prison, and came unto thee. And the king shall answer and say unto them, Verily I say unto you, as much as you have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren, you have done it unto me." So the elect are going to have that mind state, that mentality, that spirit of fervent charity and brotherly love. That's going to be one of the signifying marks of the men of the Lord. And who are those men that we're supposed to show that fervent love and brotherhood to? Is those that do his will. Let's get Matthew the 12th chapter. This is Matthew the 12th chapter. And we'll start right here. Or is it Mark? It's Matthew. It's Matthew's lock. And I'll just start at verse 46. "And while he yet talked to the people," who was talking about Yahweh Shai, "behold, his mother and his brethren stood without, desiring to speak with him. Then one said unto him, Behold, thy mother and thy brethren stand without, desiring to speak with thee. But he answered and said unto him that told them, Who is my mother, and who are my brethren? And he stretched forth his hand towards the disciples and said, Behold, my mother and my brethren." And that's the way it is sometimes with this truth, man. You know, you have to, for certain circumstances and reasons or offenses that this truth causes, you have to separate yourself from what you call your blood family members. And what you got left is the only family that you really got left is that of the brotherhood. And that's what Yahweh Shai is speaking about right now. So sometimes it be like that, man. It's like that where the only family that a brother has is the brotherhood itself. You know, that's his only source of love and care. You know, and we gotta be mindful of these things with each other, man, because these are the marks. These are the ways of the elect. Matthew 50, for whosoever shall do the will of my Father which is in heaven, the same of my brother, sister, and mother. So these good works, or these works of charity towards one towards another, is what the brotherhood, the love one another that Yahweh Shai was talking about. And those works are going to get rewarded. Let's get Hebrews 6 and 10. This is Hebrews 6 and 10, and it says, for Yahweh is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love. And we brought out the definition of alms, and going back to Cornelius, and one of those definitions was of charity, pity, mercy. For Yahweh is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love which you have showed towards His name. And we read that in was it Matthew the 12th chapter, 49th verse? Do us the will. The least of my brethren, we read that, you know what I'm saying? So so these all go together. It said, for ye have showed towards His name, and that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister. And we desire that every one of you should have the same diligence to the full assurance of hope unto the end. And we are at the end right now, man. We are at the very end, whether you want to believe it or not. So that ye be not slothful, but followers of them through faith and patience inherit the promises. And we read about those promises as well, man. So let's get Romans 15 and 7. This is Romans 15 and 7. It says, wherefore receive ye one another, as Yahweh Shai also received us to the glory of Yahweh. So we're supposed to be that iron that sharpens iron. And sometimes that takes dealing with your brother's shortcomings. We're all carnal flesh. Not everybody's going to be perfect, or he's not going to meet the expectations that you think that he's supposed to have towards you. And that's where long-suffering and forbearing come in. Let's get that in Ephesians 4 and 2. This is Ephesians 4 and 2, and it says, well, I'll just start at verse 1. It says, I therefore, the prisoner of the Lord, beseech you that you walk worthy of the vocation for which you are called. Our calling, our vocation. Let's get that word vocation. Right now, in this day and age, vocation means like job. But let's see what it says here. A calling, see? Divine invitation, embrace salvation of Yahweh. It says, where with all lowliness and meekness, with long suffering, forbearing one another in love. See, so sometimes you gotta long suffer, you gotta forbear a brother. If that brother doesn't meet your expectations, well, not everybody's gonna meet your expectations. You might not even meet the expectations of another brother, but there's times where you gotta be long suffering of a brother. He could be new in the truth, or he could be still adjusting to things, or he could be in the stage where he's had to shake off certain things about himself. But you don't. That's why you said he that was weak in the face to receive him. And you got to remember that as well when you're dealing with brothers, man. It says, with all lowliness and meekness, with long suffering, forbearing one another in love. And you got to keep that in mind as well. We're all going to make mistakes. Nobody's perfect. We're not in those new bodies yet. We're still we still have weakness of the flesh. And that's just the way it is. That's where correction and self-examination and counsels come in, to keep everybody in proper order, so to speak, to the best of your ability. So endeavoring to keep the unity of spirit in the bond of peace. There's one body, one spirit, even as you're called, and one hope of your calling, one Lord, one faith, one baptism. So we all on the same accord when it comes to our belief in this truth. But like I said, sometimes charity is just being long-suffering with a brother, man, and things that he, just this process of being in this truth. And we're going to close it out on this. This is 1 Thessalonians 5:11. Said, wherefore comfort yourself together and edify one another, even as also you do. And we beseech you, brethren, to know that them which labor among you and over you in the Lord, and admonish you. So there's a certain order and structure, and we're supposed to comfort each other within that order and structure, and to esteem them very highly and love for their work's sake, and be at peace among yourselves. And so that's another thing that you got to strive for amongst your brothers as well. Respect and honor amongst each other, man. Understanding one another, with all diligence, every man showing the same diligence. Now we exhort you, brethren, warn them that are rudely, comfort the feeble-minded, support the weak, be patient toward all. See, that's that long-suffering that you got to have sometimes, man. So see that none render evil for evil unto any man, but ever follow with that which is good, both among yourselves and to all men. Because it starts with yourself, man. It starts with yourself first. How you love and treat yourself is the way you're going to love and treat your brother. So you got to love yourself first, so to speak, man. You got to understand your own mentality first, your own shortcomings first. You got to rebuke yourself first. You got to judge yourself first. It says, in everything, give thanks, for this is the will of Yahweh and Mashiach Yahushai concerning you. So that's what it is, man. That's one of the basic spirits of the elect. They're going to have that spirit of brotherly love one toward another, man. That's what Yahushua said about this. You should know they are my disciples. That's something to think about, to strive for, man. Something that I got to think about, just put into more practice as well. But with that being said, it's a real quick lesson. Most I will hope is edifying. I said I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Kahala Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Let's keep on pushing. Shalom.